Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Bastards post-game show for Monday night's game, where Nick Pivetta was your starter, and the Red Sox ended up losing by a final score of 6-2. But I can't blame Nick Pivetta for that one. It was a great outing and a great opportunity for Nick Pivetta to start as well, and he did everything that you could have asked for in that game for Monday night. It's just unfortunately the offense was nowhere to be found. I do want to welcome Brendan back in. Brendan, how you doing?
Nick, I'm. I just want to let you know I called this loss, um, but I am doing pretty good. I'm excited for tomorrow's deadline. I'm really hoping that we make some moves because we can't just punt like last year. You know what I mean?
We can't, and I agree with that. It's going to be interesting to see what Bloom does. I just want to put it out there. I don't expect them to do really anything. I expect the big move to be Reese McGuire being activated as for their catcher. That's what I feel is going to happen. I've heard enough of the reports and I've seen enough inklings from some of the media members that have got some quotes from Bloom and some upper management, and I just don't see them believing heavily in this team. I think they've kind of, in a way, over exceeded expectation. And I just don't feel like they give a damn. And it's sad because I do like a lot of the players and everything on this team. And I think they're worthy of being in contention and helping to improve this roster. But I don't see anything happening.
And Nick, this if if what you say is true, where they stand pat, that could be worst case scenario for this team. Either going all in and getting in a star like Justin Verlander, for example, or I mean that price is pretty high, but or just a name in the back of that pen to boost that team. It could be huge for this team. Or you sell everything and just blow it up if you don't believe. But standing pat could be worst case scenario for this
Yep.
team. I mean, we can get into this game today. Pivetta, he killed it. I think putting him in the pen earlier in the season brought urgency into his career. And then he comes in as a
Agreed.
starter today and he's lights out. 7 innings pitched, 10 Ks. Oh my God. Pivetta of old. Love to see
What
it.
I really liked and I thought was an interesting little take on what they did with Pavetta is they put him out in the bullpen before the game. And then he entered into the bottom of the first from the bullpen to kind of keep that rhythm and sync going. So I actually give Alex Corer and some of them some kudos on that because it kept kind of the same flow of what he's been doing. And he still
De-
dealt. In my eyes, I think he's earned that opportunity to be that starter again. I do. You can't blame Nick Pivetta for this 6-2 loss, folks. The offense stayed back at Fenway. For whatever reason happened on this West Coast trip, they stayed home. You have had nothing from offense. I am at the point where I am actually concerned with Masataka Yoshida. Okay, we've seen this at the beginning of the year. He slumped and everything, and he's rolling over with the wrist and everything when he's up to the plate. Everything's kind of turning over for him. And that leads me to believe that he is just out of sync, out of whack, needs to sit down for a few days. I don't want him to play. I really don't want him to play the rest of this trip because I just don't see any productive at bats coming their way with him. Tristan Casas was as hot as a pistol. Now he is still, and you have the shirt and everything, which is pretty cool. I definitely feel like he's in that little bit of a rut. Hopefully, we can see him get out of that. Verdugo has had a few hits in the past couple days, but he had a key opportunity in the game last night, and he struck out, grounded out, and didn't move the needle at any point there. So I'm concerned with that. I feel like your only consistent hitters right now, you have a Duran and Justin Turner. That's it. And notice, I'm not even mentioning Rafi Devers. I'm not, because I do not love this season he is still having. He has been consistently inconsistent. I think that's the best word of describing him. He'll have a great, home run, solo home run, whatever it is, but he's not the thumper that you gave all this money to deliver big time wins. and his defense has been atrocious the past week.
Nick, definitely. I mean, you started off with Yoshida. I think the big thing with him, he needs rest in this league. He took a break early in the season when he had this slump and he came back and the load was better. I think Alex Verdugo is playing himself off this team. Like, this slump is bad. I could see teams wanting to buy in and trade for him tomorrow. If the
Would
Sox
you trade
are gonna,
him?
yeah, I would.
What?
Honestly, I like our outfield depth right now between Duran, Duvall, and Ref Snyder. Like, I like what we have. I don't know. I think we can sell Verdugo and get an arm where we really need a starting pitcher in this team. I think Verdugo is potentially playing himself off this team with as you also
We
look
need
at the
an
lefty depth we have, and we need an arm. We have an insane
I
lefty
am going to
depth.
say another thing too. Like, we have the left-handed depth. We do have a couple names that, like Joey Rodriguez is back in the IL, but we do not have a starting pitchers. We do not have enough of them. I'm going to say, though, you mark my words, Chaim Bloom tomorrow from his press conference after this deadline is made will say this: well, we didn't add any other players to this team. However, we have Trevor Story coming. We have Chris Sale coming. We have Garrett Whitlock and Tanner Hulk coming. Be prepared. I'm going to tell you right now, be prepared for that statement because it's coming. That is what they are going to read off of a script tomorrow to all of you who are all hyped up about them, hoping to buy in and get something to help this team. That's what's coming.
And that's the team that we've seen all year. Even with those additions, that's still a 500-ish team that's middle of the pack that can potentially go on a run and make you believe and then fall off a cliff when you need them to get must-win games against the Seattle Mariners, San Francisco Giants, and Oakland Athletics. It's brutal to watch.
Tonight, the Red Sox will look to get this losing streak out of their realm. Again, they're on a 3-game losing streak. They did win that Friday night game against the Giants, but Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, they were the loss. Brian Bayo going for the Red Sox up against Miller tonight for the Mariners. Who do you got?
They're going to win. Bayo's going to kill them. Bayo's going to go 8 innings scoreless with 10 Ks. It's going to be beautiful. He's going to destroy them. I'm expecting a statement made from Brian Bayo.
Can I get your crystal ball, please? Get that crystal ball, shake it up, do whatever you got to do because they need that. They need that. I know the bullpen is now a little bit more rested, at least for a day, because Pivetta gave you 7 1/3. You didn't really have to use that much. You used Joe Jakes, who needs to send himself right back to the Worcester Red Sox because I'm done on that. But I'm going to be in the same camp as you here with Bayo. Bayo needs to show up here, and he needs to get this losing streak out of the system here and get the Red Sox back on track. And the offense needs to wake the hell up because I'm getting real fed up, depressed, angry, mad, all those vocabulary words thrown at you.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
Oh, my God. Terrible.
So we will see what happens for Tuesday night's game. That's the last late one. Thank God. And then they'll play in the afternoon on Wednesday afternoon for the finale of that series. We will also be with you again to go over the trade deadline on what happens for lovely August 1st. So we hope everybody has a good one. We'll see you all soon.
Thank you so much for watching. Have a